bunch of artists down there in San Diego County that were the Mustang lovers hired me to catch a stud that somebody had kicked out on the desert because they adopted it and figured out that they'd, you know, went way in over their head. So I went out and caught it.
Jack?
Huh?
Jack?
No, this was a horse. And then she said, when you're out there, if you can, there's a burro hanging around it, and if you'd get it too, we'd appreciate it. So they paid me pretty good, and I got the stud pretty fast because I put a little mare in heat in a corral and just trapped him basically. And then the burro, I told these 5 people that were with me, I said, I'm just going to run over there and rope that burro and bring it. So they sat up on a hill, and I went over there and I had my pickup horse, which is a horse you pick up in rodeos with. Big, stout, good horse. It looked like a Roadrunner cartoon. The burro would go by, and then I'd come running. The burro would go by, and I'd come running behind it. It never got out of a trot. My horse was white, lathered, and I never caught the burro. I'd get ready to throw it and put its head down on the ground. Made an absolute fool out of me. Come here, Bella. Okay, now you know how to tie a bowline, right?
No.
Does anybody here know how to tie a bowline?
I know.
Here, Deb, would you tie it around that tree for me? Make it as short, as close to the end. I need as much rope as I can get. There you go. Oh, Bella. Oh, Bella. Oh, Bella. The ladder go straight to the girth?
Yep.
The length of the girth is just right for me.
Okay. And this one's not enough hole. Not in the hole?
Yeah, I'll get it in a second. Okay. All I'm doing is just back and forth, changing eyes, talking to the mule, explaining, you need to yield to pressure, you need to yield to pressure. That's what you do. You yield to pressure. And that's what you need to make a habit out of. Every single time I ask. It's not just intermittent. And what I'm going to do is about 400 little things, and when they're all done on number 400, then I'll just get on the mule. That's the way it works. Now, right back where we were. One of the things about working with animals, I think, is you got to be in a mindset where you just can't, you don't just quit. If you got to get off and do something, don't be lazy. Just get off and do it. You got to keep showing this until something works. If something ain't working, you do something different. Now, this is a really good place to watch a mule. Watch exactly what it's thinking. It knows how to run off with its head. I need to show it about running off with its foot. There's one place in this corral that everything works real well, and that's with me. I'm offering you a pretty good deal there. I know. I've ruined your day for you. That's a try. You can't be a little bit pregnant. You either got to be in or out. I don't care which. Now the horse I'm sitting on, this is what she does for a living. She don't care whether it's a tank or a mule or a pig or a cow. Now, well, this is the position I've been kind of waiting on all morning, for the mule to change its mind. I'm setting it up, and now the mule gets to change its mind. It'll be the mule's decision. I'm just setting it up. The wrong choice isn't going to work out real well. The right choice is going to work out pretty good. I need this to all be out on the table before I get on the mule. It's nothing personal. It's just the mule says, I've got a couple other things I'd rather do. And all I'm telling the mule is that's all wonderful, but what you really need to do is come with me and put your head right at my knee. Then everything will work out pretty good for you. Now, just as a gentle reminder, if you remember back about an hour ago, that means something. It's your call. Make a decision. There's the choice. I'm not attached either way because I don't really care. All I'm doing is setting it up. I'm sitting on a pretty good horse, so I'm having a day off. Now, Bella here gets to think about this and forget about your gene pool and just come with me. Or not. I gotta offer it how many times it takes. That's what I gotta do. How many times do I need to offer it? I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. How many times do I need to offer it? How's it going, Bella? That was your decision. Now I'm flipping the coils again. Straightens the rope out. Talk to Bella. I just got done talking to her. Now I'm leaving. Good choice. Now think about it. You drop your head around the payroll. Get over yourself. You might want to check in. I'm leaving, Bella. Here I go. I'm leaving, Bella. Now you go do whatever it is you want to do. Okay, partner. I'm just letting her make up her mind. She's got to make the decision, not me. I can make it happen, but I just as soon she chose it. Now, Bella, I'm leaving. Doesn't matter from how far I'm leaving, but you need to leave. You're alright. You're alright. Don't worry about it. That was the biggest move of the day right there. Biggest part of the whole day right there, partner. Well, Bella has pointed the direction opposite of when I came in the corral. So at least she's mildly curious as to what I'm going to do next. The mules in Yosemite are like Sal, they're mammoth jacks. Most of them are big mules. There's very few small mules up there. We need the left eye and the left foot. Yeah, because they had gravel, timbers, cable, you know, heavy stuff. And then there was, you know, there was some smaller riding mules, but like them ones Wally's got in Yellowstone.
That must have
Yep. Yeah, just basic roping now. The overhand shot, which works on cattle and horses. You make sure and want to have it big enough to get there. 2 coils with it for distance. Always notice where my Honda is and you can see the balance point of the loop. I'm going to bend the mule and ask it to join me. Now, I've asked it to join me all morning long. I told it all morning. I kept telling the mule I'm leaving. That's what I told the mule. But here's a part of it. You notice I threw my coils down. You can't be lazy. Take the pressure off by laying the coils down. It's less pressure on the animal. I'm coiling where it can't. I'm not turning around flopping my arms towards the mule because this mule is really trying real hard right now. So I got to try real hard. I got to be really good at what I do. So now the piedra is the name of the shot because there's no swinging involved. And if I can land it, it's very subtle. She thinks she's caught, so I ain't gonna tell her any different. And Bev, you don't even have to rope well.
Don't worry about that.
One of the changes just happened in roping animals is that when you first start roping them, they're always on the outside and you're on the inside. When you start to get them, they end up on the inside, you end up on the outside. That's what's letting you know it started. Palm down, 2 coils. Toss the rope. It's the piedra. It's a real high percentage loop. Now I'm going to head to the wall and see if I can bend the mule's neck. And we'll see how much I've got the mule. There's a little change. That's good. Because this mule has got to be very, very, very gentle. Now, knowing mules for what they are, it's respectful to try not to hit them in the ears when you take the rope off. Rope's back on the ground towards the mule. I'm going away. I keep trying to draw it. Now, I'm starting a new chapter. Got both sides of the mule. I'm going to go up and I'm going to tell this mule that I'm getting ready to leave and I'd like it to join me. I'm going to turn my back to it to take some of the pressure off. If it doesn't make it, it doesn't matter. I can always rope it. I'll tell it again. I'm leaving. Now that's nothing personal. That's just the way it is. Now I'll tell it again. I'm leaving. And we'll just take all these increments, put them together, And the mule gets to decide if it wants to leave or stay or whatever it wants to do. But I'm not going to be going outside the corral until things are right, meaning I'm not going to quit. Mule's going to figure out that the best thing to do is to be with me. Pressure and release. I've already been here horseback. I've already done all this. All I'm doing is redoing. I'm up on the right eye this time. I've already been here. It's a good try. Yeah, it's in the frame of mind again. I got both eyes. There's no rope involved. You're fine. Now you can bend and come with me or get roped. Learn to coil left-handed. As you can see, sometimes it's to your favor. Head's a little higher than I like, but the idea is coming through. I've been in the same place on this mule's skull ever since the first time I touched it. Yeah. Best place in the corral is in the shade. Take the pressure off. Now the one red flag I don't care for is the height of the skull. And it may be just this mule, but I just assumed that head would come down a little. I saw it come down once, so I think it can happen. So what the mule is telling me is that, okay, I'm coming in, but I don't really trust you. And there again, I don't change what I do. I'm still consistent. I'm not emotionally involved in this mule.
Look at that lip.
Yeah, the nose is... When we first started, the nose is way out here. But now it's an opportunity to... Now on most animals, where's Bev? Or stay right there. Most animals at this point, I can take this hand and lay it right here and lower the skull. Because what I'm doing is I'm not petting, I'm not scratching, I'm just letting the mule know that it's no problem. Now this is on the right side, and because I guess the easy way to say it is because it's my game. In other words, I'm the one in here. I get to pick what I want to do. So I'm going to change sides and see. But this is the problem I've got. I would like to see this neck about here, and I think it'll go away. But right now, this mule's in the best place in the corral, which is the shade. And oh, by the way, it's with me. See what I mean? So when you get this done at home, she'll be on hay, and you'll be able to call her to you without saying anything. That's your homework. You know how my sorrel horse, she'll kind of flip me off and then come to me?
Yeah, at a little canter.
Yeah. Well, that's her, but she did come to me.
It was really phenomenal.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. When she's on hay, that mare, if I ask her to come over, she'll come over. Well, it's not a parlor trick. It's a deal about an animal. Now, I don't have the rope now. See, I'm leaving the rope. It's the same thing as taking the hobbles off. So now I'm going to talk to the mule from out here because I've already been out here. There's the skull. And I need the mule. That's a good try right there. And all this dinking around, you guys, is what makes these mules, I'm just going to use that term, makes this trust level come up. I'm going to pressure her. She's already saw this. Remember when she was tied to the wall? You got to be good to catch, you know. So this is the same thing as having the halter and the lead rope. I'm just talking to the mule. That's all I'm doing. This is the same thing that roped her and pulled her around, see? That's how smart these animals are. You can make it. So now, Bella, there, that was positive. Remember this? There goes the skull. Did you see it go down? Yeah. That's what I've been waiting on. That's the second time since I met this mule that's happened.
Third time now.
So it's just a conversation in a lot of them. Now in the cowboy world, you got a minute? What happens is my career was spent by myself on ranches mainly. I had to work crews, ran crews and all that, but I didn't like it. When you rope a critter like a big cow and you got to get down and doctor it or pull a calf or whatever by yourself, you tie off your ropes, your horse holds the rope for you, holds the cow, get it? So now you're down there working, you're all done. You go like this and the horse will walk ahead because it's learned to do that by me catching it in the corral. They walk ahead and I can untie all my ropes without walking all the way back to the horse. So it's a cowboy deal. That's where it comes from.